She's great for a libertarian. Well, she calls herself a liberal Democrat, so I don't know.
So the other day, I saw a tweet. I feel like all my videos start out like that. The other day, I saw a tweet that said, "Woke one was crazy."
Woke one. This was woke one? Oh yeah, this was when the crackhead died. Right.
Attached to the infamous photo of Nancy Pelosi and a bunch of Democrat politicians kneeling in African costumes back in 2020 to honor George Floyd. What a fever dream. There were many similar posts from people.
You mean the crackhead?
Talking about how crazy Woke 1 was, or Woke 1.0.
Woke 1.0 was not that. Woke 1.0 started in 2015. Either 2014 or 2015. I forget when Donald Trump started going down the stairs. Like, it was, more or less, at least on a cultural aspect, pretty neutral during the Obama times. But it's because of the Obama times that they went insane later.
As they call it. Leftists talking about what they did wrong during Woke 1.0.
Woke 2.0 makes more sense and has a more practical approach to the world. Huh? Woke 1.0 just relied on mob mentality for social justice, but that is stupid, as social justice can only be secured by a progressive state enforcing it, which I hope Woke 2.0 succeeds in doing. What? Wait, what? It's the same thing. Do these people not read their own words? No, of course they don't. Of course they don't.
How they came off too strongly with things like abolish the police and
for those of us, nearly everyone who recognize Woke 1.0 as a failure, what's something specific you're willing to say it got wrong? Here's mine. The practice of describing policies that were like Kerner Commission recommendations as prison abolition to get attention was dumb.
How they'll do things differently during Woke 2.0. Yeah. You'll get him next time, champ. And don't get me wrong, 2020 was crazy. At the time, I was a bit preoccupied, trying my hardest to get Bernie Sanders and Tulsi Gabbard elected.
Look at her face. She goes, I can't believe that used to be me. Like, she still has a lot of her beliefs. She just thinks that, the lunatics have gone too far. Like, she's, normal. Like, she's the normal social democrat. I'm not sure if she calls herself that, but she's like the most normal girl in the frickin' world. When she speaks, it's actually thought out, and it makes sense to a general audience. And she's really good at it. And she has the nose of Lucy the Who, if that was her name. From The Grinch.
I don't want to talk about it. But yes, from what I remember, 2020 was crazy. But that was not Woke 1.0. Woke 1.0 started long ago. Long ago when being woke was called being an SJW. Back when Anita Sarkeesian was...
I said the Obama terms. I said it was during the Obama presidency. Kudos on her for mentioning Anita Sarkeesian. Because that was like... Gamergate 1.0, I know this is going to be, but this was 1.0, and then it paused, and then 2.0 started. But if anything, there's a lot of people that actually credit her for Trump getting elected, because in Gamergate 1, people, primarily men, were realizing how people like her were starting to infiltrate the industry of gaming. And that's when people are like, no, don't take away my thing. Don't do that. It's not going to go well for you in many different facets. And guess what? 10, 15 years later, Xbox is laying off people. PlayStation is taking away discs. And they will start laying off people eventually. They will. Their third-party stuff is only going to last so long. I think you won't start seeing a real PlayStation crash until the PS6 comes out.
Public enemy number one. And I identify as an attack helicopter, believe it or not, was a joke young people told, and not your 65-year-old uncle on Facebook. You see, Woke 1.0 was not George Floyd and COVID masks, no. This was Woke 1.0.
Learn what mansplaining is, and then stop doing it.
See, this is during the time where H3H3 Productions was just clowning on people like this. Remember manspreading? where women were making like this huge deal about men slightly opening their legs.
Hello and welcome to the Shoe on Head channel. I am your host, Shoe on Head. You may also know me on Reddit as every e-girl combined into one insufferable millennial woman with fetal alcohol syndrome.
Wow. Man, that Redditor should be on X.
Or perhaps just Asmongold on HRT. As I am filming this, it is the 12th anniversary of my first video on this channel. 12 years. 12 years a slave to the algorithm. So in this video, we are going to react to that video as well as a few other old videos of mine. We're gonna see how well or how terrible everything has aged, because let's be real, a lot of this shit aged like...
Oh man, I remember thumbnails like this. Like low res, like minimal lighting. Oh man, thank God I really wasn't like a YouTuber back in the day. Holy crap.
Milk. Wait, why is the arrow pointing this way? What the f— We are going to talk about Woke 1.0, the ancient lore of me and my channel, how the Overton window has shifted so far since then, how stupid everything looks back then in comparison to things happening today. I feel like every morning we wake up and we are living through yet another historical event. The news moves so fast.
Oh, that it does. I had one story planned, and in an hour, I pulled 4 more out of my ass. But man, I wish we were back in the original culture war about the manspreading and just like general misandry. Ah, those were the days.
There's pressure to react instantly, to pick a side, to condemn, to support. But the reality is, when a story first breaks, we're not seeing the full picture. And that's why for years now, I have been using today's sponsor, Ground News. So let's quickly give them a shout out before we get into this video.
Ground News, I would love to be sponsored. I've never used your service, but I will sponsor you if I get a free subscription. Yeah, I'll grift here. I'll absolutely grift here.
One of the most funny and like endearing things that have been happening lately is people will discover my channel and then they'll make reaction videos to my videos and they'll type—
Who would do that? Who would react to... Shut up.
Title them things like, Shoe on Head is done with the left. Shoe on Head is finally waking up. And it's like, I've been woken up. Do not cite the anti-woke magic to me, Nuxtaku. I was there when it was written. Before your girl was... Kami Mommy. For better or worse, I was one of the founding fathers of anti-woke content on the internet. I saw this one tweet that was like, the idea there was a woke one is the most jarring to America's moment I've ever had. Really, bitch? I mean, like, I get it. I would...
No, I mean, technically you can say... Yes, I would say like the 2011 times would be a woke 1.0 kind of... Honestly, it's just Gamergate. Like, really, it's just Gamergate. It's not what... It's Gamergate is one woke 1.0. And then there's Gamergate 2 because COVID happened. It just took a pause. It just wasn't as intense as it is now. Well, now we're winning, I think. In certain ways, at least culturally. I don't know about the whole corporatism side of it all, but culturally, it does seem like we're winning.
Pretend it never happened too. It was very embarrassing, but really, bitch. I was there when Bernie Sanders was talking about unions and has microphones snatched by Black Lives Matter. That was basically the birth of my—
Wait, that was a thing? Why would Black Lives Matter... Why? Why would they do... Why would they do something like that?
Entire political worldview. You can't pretend that shit never happened. I was there when
Sergeant.
a grown-ass scientist was harassed and brought to tears for daring to wear a shirt with like cartoon pinup girls.
This article is more than 11 years ago. Rosetta scientist Dr. Matt Taylor apologizes for... Yeah, this was really dumb. And I remember this actually came up on the news, like, again, like a year ago. Maybe a little bit less. Like, this guy got so much hate for a fucking shirt. It's a shirt. And the thing is, like, the women aren't that scandally, like, dressed. Okay, maybe this one over here. But I don't know, it blends in very well.
On it. We need Nuremberg trials for all the 2010s. You should legally be forced to wear some kind of patch on you in public to identify you as a woke 1.0 freak.
See, I technically would say that I was sort of a woke 1.0 freak, but like slash it in by 25-30%. So I wasn't like full blown, but I was there, around, but aloof on the truth, so to say.
I saw that tweet, I literally had to stop writing my other video to make this one because I was like, okay, I'm not gonna let these people rewrite history. We're not gonna let you write the history books, okay? Who do you think you are? Ghislaine Maxwell's father? So I'm going to be talking about 4 different videos here. Oppression Olympics, Social Justice League vs. Gamers, Average is Beautiful, and Questions for Men Answered by Women. I'm not going to be showing the full videos because this video would be 4 hours long, so if you want to watch the full videos, the link—
Wow, she consistently does like 30-minute videos if I'm not mistaken. And she was doing like 5 to 10-minute videos back in the day. Wow.
Links will be in the description. Thank you. I love you. Bye-bye. So, Oppression Olympics was my first cultural, political video, uploaded July of 2014. 12 years ago. How old were you guys 12 years ago? I am like 60 years old in internet years, like 204 years old in e-girl years. If you have been here, if you have been with me for that long, you deserve like some kind of reparation.
I think she just turned 30. She's looking really good for, I mean, 30-year-olds, pretty much look good, but like she still looks like she's like 22.
Or something. Like, you have seen some All right, I am about to watch it. I am so scared. I haven't watched this in years.
Dude, I've only been doing this for a little over a year, and I even go to my former videos and I go, man, I could have done that a lot better.
Hey there, pretty lady.
Wow.
Do you wear heels? Do you wear makeup? Do you want to go on a diet and get thin?
Yep, she was even doing the American music back then.
Don't do any of those
The
things.
fanfare.
Hey, I'm a feminist. That's right, a feminist in 2014 America.
Can my voice even do that anymore? 2014 America! Oh. I can. Okay, never mind. Pretend I didn't.
You are a woman. You can. Even older ladies can do it. I don't know why. I don't know how. But they can.
Do that. All right, let's go.
What does that mean? That means I want you to stoop down to my level. And that means don't go.
I can only imagine the stress of her audio processor hitting those soprano notes.
On a diet, don't wear heels, don't do makeup, don't do your hair, don't try to look pretty. I get catcalls all the time and I hate it. I just love vlogging about it though, and I love blogging about it on my Tumblr. And shaving? Forget shaving. Don't shave. This video game character is dressed too sexily. I don't like it. Change it. I'm dressed too sexily and you don't like it? Stop oppressing me. Did you guys know that rape is bad? Rape is bad. Does anybody know this? Rape is bad. And if you're not a feminist, you're pro-rape.
Wow. See, back in the day, there are people that would have taken that video fairly seriously. Or a lot of like intelligent people would have seen the satire. Either way, I love it. It's so bad it's good. Just knowing what the times were,
Oh, good, it's over.
that-
Ah, fuck, she's back.
Feminism in 2014 America is completely pointless. It's just a label that people are putting on themselves to feel special because
Why do I sound so cute? It's just a label people are putting on themselves. Like, aw, someone protect her. She doesn't know how bad it's gonna get.
it's the special snowflake oppression Olympics. Everyone is in this big race to be the most progressive and the most open-minded and the most oppressed. It is the strangest thing.
This was 2014. Remember 2014? How the Victim Olympics now seem so small back then? And then there's now, where people are seeking diagnoses for autism. It's insane.
I've ever seen, and it's just it's like infesting like the internet, and it's starting to seep out into the real world, and like I really don't like it.
So a little lore behind this video before we continue. First of all, Obama was president. Okay, this was before the Trump era. In fact, this was like months before Gamergate even popped off. This is ancient. Some of you don't even remember a time before Trump. Like, Trump is your normal. You don't remember what the political and cultural landscape was like before Trump. That is like crazy to me. Anyway, at this time I was like 23, 24, working at a makeup counter in the mall, and I noticed all the people around me were changing. Their personalities were shifting. They were becoming like very unfunny and like offended at everything. It was very weird. One example that sticks out in my mind for some reason was my friend screamed in my other friend's ear. My friend was like, "Ah, you're gonna make me go deaf." And then my other friend was like, "That's not funny. My brother's half deaf." I don't know why.
We didn't see it coming. We didn't see how bad it was gonna get, boys. It's gotten so bad. And now we're getting footing, but it's still so bad.
That one sticks out, but like, that was a pivotal moment where I was like, what the f is going on? Also, we later found out that her brother was in fact not half deaf, but anyway, the only thing I traced it back to was they all used the same website.
This video is mostly about...
Okay, I never used Tumblr. I never visited Tumblr. Like, literally, the only thing I know about it is that pictures were on it. And maybe some forums. It was like pre-Reddit before Reddit, right? And I heard that there's a bunch of, you know, adult content on there. Like a lot of adult content on there. Like a ridiculous amount of adult content on there. That's all I knew about it. It wasn't until, what, the 2022 where it was kind of informed upon me that it was like a crazy leftist site full of a lot of naked people.
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
Oh, God,
my God, is that big?
If you don't remember this woman, she's the woman who, like, during some sort of, oh yeah, there's this guy who was, I forget if it was a man or a woman, but some speaker was talking about, you know, male oppression or male rights, and she pulled the fucking fire alarm. And everyone had to leave the entire building. And I don't even think anything happened to her. She never got arrested or anything. But I think she was eventually called Big Red. What's really interesting is I think she ended up in the Red Pill documentary that came out like, God, Jesus, I'm getting old, like a decade ago. Really, really good watch. I highly recommend it.
Red? Oh my God, just blast from the past with his face here. This woman should get some kind of like compensation for being on so many YouTubers' thumbnails. She was the face of the triggered feminist SJW for years.
Yep.
Number one, shut the f up for a second. Now, if
She
you
was-
shut the f up.
Guys, if you weren't here during that time, she was everywhere. She was on a ton of thumbnails. I never clicked on those at the time. If I see her, I might just click on it now.
50th billion time.
And then it was this other person. Where are these people nowadays? I wonder what they're up to.
Tumblr is the reason there is just this outbreak and infestation of SJWs.
White, lonely, feminist liberals. SJWs, that's what that are. That's what they were. That's what they still are.
Ruining my internet and ruining my real life and just sucking the sense of humor out of so many people I know.
Tumblr was very popular back then, but there was like some dark evil energy coming from it, and I sensed it. And at the time, that is where I thought all this woke SJW shit was coming from. Little did I know, like, a lot of these people on Tumblr were college kids. All this like rape culture, white supremacist bullshit was coming from the college classroom. And at the time, I didn't know. I was just a humble makeup salesman, so I was really confused, and I felt like I was going crazy. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to boot up the Shoe on Head channel. I'm gonna vent and make a video. Nobody's gonna fucking see it. I don't care. As far as I knew, there was no other videos online talking about this subject, so I just filmed it, edited it, uploaded it, and left. Like, I didn't check the comment section, and I didn't even know that Thunderfoot, a YouTuber, shared my video, and that's how it originally blew up. And from there, I found out, oh, there's more people who agree with me. I found like Sargon of Akkad and like the Honey Badgers. It was crazy.
Oh, Sargon of Akkad. I still need to do a lot more research on him during Gamergate, because I know that he has a history with Anita Sarkeesian. Like, remember, guys, like I came to the space pretty late, so I still have catching up to do. I'm just busy with my own shit.
To feel like, oh, I'm not going insane. Things are changing.
They're all in this big competition to see who could be the most progressive and the most tolerant, at the same time being the most annoying and the most intolerant people that I've ever met in my life.
One of the reasons I think that happened is that when Barack Obama was elected president, I think everyone essentially sealed their asshole shut and they didn't want to fart. They didn't want to stink. They didn't want to sound racist. They became, they overdid it on the SJW stuff, on being sensitive to everything. Honestly, I think that's kind of what happened. And then what preceded that was gay marriage. So that meant because it's legal, that means you had to be even more sensitive to stuff. And the sensitivity, I think, just kept building and building and building up the more things that we allowed. You would think that the opposite would be true. And I think that most people would be like, yeah, okay, you're gay, cool. All right. You know, like, can you still take a joke? Cool, awesome. But then it just became this movement, this social contagion. Maybe Tumblr was it. Maybe Tumblr was the original social contagion of all the problems in the world. And it wasn't Harambe.
It is just a big, it's the oppression Olympics. Labeling yourself as a feminist, stop it.
No, I'm saying in general, Sergeant Sapien. I'm saying in general.
It is not a movement anymore. You do not need it. Nobody needs it. You have every single right that every guy has now.
The way to heck is paved with good intentions. You can say hell, dude. The double HE hockey stick. Double hockey stick. There we go.
Now, like most feminists on the internet just hate men.
Now, if you can believe it, and this might be hard to believe while watching this video, this was transgressive back in the day. This was like crazy to hear online back then, especially coming from a woman. We're saying things like, oh, feminism is doo-doo, and like obvious as like people have a victim complex these days. That was like sacrilegious. And now,
yeah, I believe she was one of the first. I didn't go too far back into her backlog, but there was one time like she kept popping up into my algorithm, and I remember going back to her earlier videos. I didn't watch this one, but yeah, like looking back then, like she definitely was one of the OGs. And you could see that by her subscriber count. She has 2.47 million.
it's like nothing. Now it's like wallpaper. Everyone thinks that. Every day there's like a new racist e-girl popping up and saying the N-word and then falling off a week later. Like if this video came out today, it would get like no views because it's the most basic shit ever. This video almost got me fired from my job, you know? Like they found out where I worked, they called my boss, they were like, she hates women, like all this stuff.
Still a fear of mine. Still a fear of mine. People calling my work. Hasn't happened yet. I know people that have tried to find my jobs, but thankfully hasn't happened yet. They just keep doxing me in my chat.
When it first blew up, most of the comments were negative. It was just a bunch of angry women being like, you're a handmaiden of the patriarchy. Like, this was before the term pick-me existed. Handmaiden of the patriarchy. That goes kind of hard. Can we bring that back? Okay, so that was the first
Handmaiden of the patriarchy? I like it.
video. Let's watch another one, shall we? This is called Social Justice League vs. Gamers.
You may or may not have noticed, I've been fully immersed in this whole Gamergate thing since it started like 2 months ago.
Gamergate was 2 months ago? Oh my god. For those of you who don't know what Gamergate was, you know what? Don't worry about it. It's not important. Someone.
It was, according to my research, let me check, a whole lot of bullshit that didn't need to happen. Notes checked.
Woman allegedly slept with someone and now the Strait of Hormuz is closed. Things happened in between that, but that's basically the gist of it. Editing shoe here.
Okay, there's a cut. Wait.
I decided to actually put in a brief explanation because genuinely a lot of you might not know. Gamergate kicked off when game devs and game journalists were accused of sleeping with each other for better game reviews. A bunch of journalists then coordinated anti-gamer hit pieces, all coming out around the exact same day, saying things like gamers are dead and focusing on how sexist and white and male gaming spaces were. It was a mess that
yeah, and it hit when I did my research, because I was thinking about doing like my own big Gamergate 1.0 video. There was just too much. There was too much. So I decided to scrap it. Like, it would have been an hour and a half long. Like, I have like a group tab somewhere of like 1,000 tabs, like the most amount of tabs. I haven't opened it again. It's too scary. But there was so much information. There was Zoe Quinn's ex-boyfriend's whole like thread on all the texts that him and her had about her cheating with like 5 different guys. It and he eventually deleted it, but it's still saved in the archives. But yeah, there was just so much. I had no idea how to organize it.
Went on for like 3 years, arguably longer, and many people cite it as one of the first major culture wars online. People went to the UN to talk about sexism in gaming. There was even a Law and Order episode about evil sexist gamers.
Yeah.
They just can't stand women in gaming.
What did they do to you?
They leveled up.
Also, Logan Paul
Logan Paul?
was in that episode for some reason. It was a weird time. Anyway.
Seeing good friends of mine get labeled as misogynist, sexist, racist, only for enjoying video games and seeing through this very obvious agenda pushing, 100% no. I honestly could not imagine being so deluded that you actually make yourself believe that all gamers are white, cis, males who are worse than ISIS. I'm not even mad, I'm actually like impressed that these people have the ability. They're like champions of mental gymnastics of the oppression Olympics.
Yeah, that's essentially what it was. Essentially, for some reason, like, I understand that this all came from essentially Zoe Quinn, you know, sleeping with journalists to get a good score or something like that. But it turned into so much more, especially when Anita Sarkeesian came in. Because if it was just Zoe Quinn and it was just that scandal, I think it actually would have tempered down a bit. I still think it would have grown and we still would have been where we are now, but I think it would have been delayed a few years and Trump actually would never have been elected without Gamergate 1. So here we are.
JW logic and facts. Oh my god.
Coming in like, I don't like this, I don't like that, I don't like this. This character doesn't look like me. She's not frumpy and below average. It makes me insecure. Change it. Change this. I don't like this. I don't like that. I don't even play that, but I don't like it. There could be a fucking black, Mexican, Chinese, demisexual, lesbian, feminist, otherkin in a wheelchair with no legs and shit. And these crybabies would still not be happy.
Oh my god.
And they're still not happy. They're so not happy that they're like, we hate everything beautiful. Bring in communism. New York and California are probably going to die, aren't they? Yeah. Yeah, they probably will.
Nothing has changed. Nothing has changed. They still do this shit. They still invade nerdy male spaces and force them to cater to them. They're still purposely making female characters like ugly and frumpy. You still can't pander to them because they'll never be happy.
Take a look at this.
It's a frightening and disgusting trend in the world of online gaming. Hackers rewriting code to simulate sexual assault.
Sam Meggs stopped playing online over a year ago because of what she calls a misogynist.
I want to say that I saw this. I want to say that I saw this.
Mentality that already exists in the world of gaming. The graphics are so good, this attack is eerily realistic.
The graphics are so good that it's realistic. There's a cone on the character's head. You don't hate the mainstream media enough.
Eerily realistic.
Oh, that's sex? I've been doing it wrong? God damn!
Oh my god, I forgot all about the traffic cone. My dad literally stole that traffic cone off the street from me. I was like, Dad, I need a traffic cone for this video I'm doing. He like took it off the street and he's like, here you go. He didn't even like ask what it was for. I was just like, thanks. Like,
based dad. Traffic cones. One of the only things that you're just kind of allowed to steal. As long as you don't take too many, it's like it's fine. Actually, I wonder how much traffic cones cost. Hold on 1 second. Oh, they can get kind of pricey though. Yeah, I don't think that's gonna stop anybody.
it's good to have a supportive father in your life. So this one is called Average is Beautiful.
Race together? Wow, how progressive!
Oh my god, Race Together. I forgot all about this. In 2014, Starbucks did this thing called Race Together, where I shit you not, they made baristas write hashtag Race Together on the cups to encourage discussion about race relations with customers.
Oh yeah.
Okay, if any of you don't understand this, before then, everything was fine. Things were naturally getting better. And then corporations and SJWs, what we call the former woke, just kept hammering on race shit that wasn't happening. No one cared. There were obviously few instances of racism in the country, just like they happen around the world, and then they'd be blown up like Trayvon Martin and all that other shit, and then everyone would feel bad and everyone would be extra careful not to be racist. That's what was going on. So corporations were like, hey, let's go ahead and do some SJW advertising with our corporations. That'll get us some more money. And they never stopped until Bud Light happened.
Let's get rid of race relation, tension by just making awkward conversation about race at Starbucks. Why?
They were forcing 18-year-old kids to have awkward-ass discussions with strangers about race. Yeah, can I get a tall cappuccino? Ah, yes, hello. I see you are a person of color. What the f*** were they smoking back then?
I didn't go to Starbucks back then. Here in Oregon, we had Dutch Brothers. They recently moved their headquarters because our politicians are idiots to another state, but Dutch Brothers the shit.
I just imagine some black lady, on her way to work, walks into Starbucks, oh, can I have a latte, please? And the barista's just I see you are a woman of color.
Oh my god, I made the same f***ing joke. I didn't even remember. I did it again. Wow, it's almost like we have the same brain or something.
Listen, social justice, you can, invade video games all you want, you can do whatever you want to comics, but don't touch my Disney. I will send the hounds on you.
Oh god.
Hold on. Where did the SJWs touch Disney? Here? Or did they touch you?
Nobody tell her. Nobody tell her. Nobody tell her.
Weird.
This one is called internalized misogyny.
If you're a woman capable of individual thought, you've probably had the term internalized misogyny thrown at you a few times. So, what is it exactly? F***ing retarded, the end.
Shoe on head. I know you're already married, but call me.
There are so many stupid feminist rebuttals, but I think internalized misogyny has to be my top favorite. Right after she's doing it for male attention and she'll learn when she's older. She'll learn when she's older, as if one day it's just gonna be
Happy birthday to you.
holy shit, manspreading is an issue.
I am literally older now than I was meant to be in that skit about the future. And I did not, in fact, learn when I got older. I got worse.
These people have an excuse and a buzzword for everything.
Nothing has changed. Oh my God. I don't know if I'm entertained or tortured. Because on one hand, cute girl on screen saying the obvious. Then I look outside and it's burning.
Racist, sexist, MRA, right-wing, conservative, privilege.
Oh my god, MRA. I forgot about MRAs. Oh my god. MRAs were men's rights activists.
Those still exist. It's just mainly that's mainly called the manosphere, red pill, or MGTOW. If you don't know that, that's called men going their own way. Essentially just leaving the dating market completely because nothing is there because of hoflation. Yeah, I dabbled in it for a time. Okay? I dabbled in it for a time.
Before people were getting called incel online for criticizing women or supporting men, they were being called MRA. Yes, it was considered an insult back then to care about men's rights. This was before the modern red pill. This was before.
It's still an insult. What are you talking about? Okay, maybe not as prevalent as it was back then because I think the red pill documentary did come out and some people did get a little bit of that. But no, the manosphere that we know today practically didn't exist in 2014. You really didn't start seeing that movement till really start chugging until somewhere between 2018 and 2020. But I would say that because people were more so inside 2020, that's when you really saw the whole red pill thing start to boil up. And then Andrew Tate hit, and then boom, it was out with the races. People started talking about dating, which honestly, I think people talk about relationships and the sexual marketplace more so than they talk about race or LGBT rights or anything like that. Just food for thought.
Or Andrew Tate, Clavicular, Fresh and Fit. We had Roosh V.
For the longest time, I wanted to do a post on how to approach girls that
No idea who that is, and I'm confused, and I think I need to pee a little.
are ordering a drink at the bar. So what I did is I went to the toy store and I bought some dolls. These two are the cute girls who you want to have sex with.
That was our Andrew Tate back then.
MRA, right-wing, conservative, privilege. They do this to move the goalposts. So then you're like, oh wait, I'm not an MRA. This is why I'm not an MRA.
That's why you don't play the game. I didn't know this at the time. I was naive and stupid, but you don't fight back. You don't go oh no, I'm not right-wing. I voted for Bernie. I have a gay friend. No, shut up.
Yep. I would say I was on that side of things. I was on the defense side of oh, no, I'm not that. No, I'm not that. And then slowly but surely they get you indoctrinated. And that's how it goes. But Glowmite Prince, you make a good point. Incel started meaning one thing and got morphed into a generic pejorative. Yeah, like incel just means a guy that can't get laid. That's all that means. Literally. And now it's like known as like just another word for a basement dweller that lives with his parents in a basement. Like, it doesn't even mean anything right now. It just like everything nowadays, saying that someone's racist or a transphobe or insert word, insert phobe. Like, no one cares anymore. Like, if you get called that enough times, you just don't care. It's just like the video we watched yesterday with the music video with Powder. You just go, yeah, and because they don't know what to do with that. Once it stops hurting you, it loses all of its power.
No, you just have to go, okay, and even if you're not, because literally all they have is the ists and the isms. Defending yourself from their thought-terminating buzzwords is just, it's useless. It's a waste of time. I wish I knew that back then. So this is my most viewed video ever. 10 million views. Demonetized. Haven't seen a single cent from that video. Awesome. Anyway.
So we all know BuzzFeed is the internet equivalent of
Wow. Not used to her. She looks like completely different. I have no room to judge. I have a stuffed unicorn.
cancer. We know this, and I'm pretty sure the website is a government experiment created to test my patience.
Is that a Mr. Meeksy shirt? Oh my god, dude. Back when Rick and Morty was funny.
They're known for hits like, let's get fat women to do poses only fit gymnasts can do, being a woman is hard because compliments, and damage control the video. So without further ado, I present to you 36 questions feminists have for men.
They were just pumping out videos like this constantly. Every week, another mass-produced, corpo-slop, anti-man, anti-white video.
So when you see the word white, what comes to mind? Privilege, I think power.
We can never let this happen again. I don't care if Trump...
We're trying. We need to get the CRT out of the schools.
...blows up the world, okay? They can make Israel a 51st state, as long as I never have to hear...
Hey, fellow white guys.
...ever again.
How did...
Oh, man. I used to be a fan of BuzzFeed. I'll go now. Okay, I'm over it.
How does it feel to be the same sex as Donald Trump?
How does it feel to be the same sex as someone I personally politically disagree with? The man is literally Satan to these people. Like, they could have said Hitler. They basically meant Hitler. Trump is their Hitler. Yep. It's very trendy to hate Trump right now.
Oh, God. I remember when Trump was elected, and it was January of 2016. I remember going into work. I used to work for a federal credit union. It was essentially a call center. I would sell like loans and checking accounts and stuff and, you know, basic customer service. And I think I came in on a weekend. And I remember going in and all the TVs had the inauguration on in the lunchroom. And I remember like being like, oh man, I can't believe that they have Trump, you know, all over the TV screens. And now I'm like, Trump, get some shit done, please. I didn't know, guys. I didn't know. Forgive the 2016 me, okay? It was literally 10 years ago, a decade.
Now.
Oh wow.
I was an avid watcher of Try Guys until they became full political and endorsed Biden in 2020. I still watch the Try Guys every once in a while. There's only actually there's a video I want to do that really grinds my gears. It came out last month. Oh man, it like seriously it. Ugh. But the thing is, they're still entertaining. They still have entertaining content, and you can get over some of the woke stuff they do. A majority of the time, they're not being like woke assholes. Majority of the time, they're just trying to entertain. And they live in California, and you know, once you move there, you essentially get sucked into a never-ending spiral of SJW, woke, Democrat, socialist bullshit that they believe because they're millionaires. And then they promote that, not understanding how it's affecting, you know, everyday plebs. But overall, they're entertaining. So yeah, like what's their thing? Without a Recipe? I think that's a great show. I do. I mean, I don't see them as much anymore because they have their own platform, because they kind of don't really post as much on YouTube because of that. They did the whole Drop TV thing or the Pepper Box. They have their own website, streaming service, and everything.
pretty left-leaning, but I've been called a Trump supporter like 6 times in the past few months. 6 times! 6 times! Oh.
If she only knew. If she only knew.
Oh, you poor baby! Try 6,000! At the time, the anti-woke, anti-SJW genre was mostly full of liberals. It was mostly liberals criticizing, all of this stuff, all of this woke behavior. We all saw this as not real liberalism. This isn't the real left. The real left cares about, real equality and workers' rights and blah, 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 blah. We wanted to call our side out. Obviously, that didn't work.
Nope.
But we tried.
Why do you have to sit with your legs so wide open?
Oh, man. Her video is probably good. I didn't see her video, but the H3H3 Productions video on the whole man-spreading thing was so much better. Like, they just tore BuzzFeed to shreds.
Men have balls. Oh my god, man-spreading. One of the top issues people would talk about nonstop back then was men sitting with their legs slightly open on public transportation. It was seen as some, patriarchal, statement of power or some shit.
Ladies, especially those of you who are not virgins, we have sensitive diggly parts between those legs. Is it possible for us to squish it? Technically, but then, even right now, I'm doing it. But I have to be careful because I'll sit in my balls and it will sting like a motherfucker. So I have to have, at a 45-degree angle, like this. This is the angle that my legs are at to protect my family jewels, the diamonds in the rough, that will never be used to reproduce so I can disappoint my mother.
Every week we had to hear about manspreading.
Manspreading is when a man spreads his physical body to take up as much space as humanly possible.
What happened to all these little pet issues they were all upset about? I guess people can't afford houses now, right? They can't find jobs. I don't think they have energy to talk about the f***ing pink tax or manspreading or whatever.
Why are straight guys so obsessed with lesbians?
Wow, this chocolate bar sure is good. But you know what would make it better? Wow, another chocolate bar. 2 of a thing I like.
It's like she gets it. It's like she looked at men, saw what they liked, made this observation, saw a stupid person not understand or even observe or tried to understand, and then chew on head, talked into a camera to inform the masses. And in response, they called her a Trump supporter.
Together! People still come to my channel, to this day, and leave comments on my videos like, "Are you the chocolate bar girl?" My legacy.
Why do I deserve to be paid less than you?
The wage gap is simply the average earnings of men and women working full-time. It does not count for different job positions, hours worked, or different jobs. It has
Oh my god, I didn't know she was this based back in the day.
nothing to do with the same job. It has nothing to do with discrimination.
So the reason I have a button that debunks the wage gap is because back in the day you could not escape hearing about the fucking fake-ass 77-cent wage gap bullshit. I don't think you hear about the wage gap anymore because young women—
You want to know what it is, actually? When you account for everything? Well, we should probably relook at the numbers. It's 99 cents for every dollar. Yeah. If you actually do the adjustments, it's 99 cents to the dollar. That's it.
are starting to out-earn young men, so that's a little awkward.
Why are women perceived as the weaker sex?
Because on average, we are. It's a fact. Trigger warning. Facts.
Yeah, I am an 175-pound dude. I have noodle arms. I barely have biceps. I am still stronger than a lot of women. Like, these don't do a lot. They're small caregiver arms. And I can still win against fat ladies. Like, it's the observable reality that enamors us, surrounds us. It's the force. It's not the force. You can fucking see it.
Libs owned. Trigger warning. Facts. Okay, Ben Shapiro, calm down. I thought that was such a mic drop.
Are you intimidated by a woman who makes more money than you? That's awesome. More money.
So when women make less, it's called the wage gap. But when men make less, it's just more money. Sorry, I'm like responding to the old video instead of my video. I forget how stupid these talking.
Wait, what'd she say again?
Awesome. More money.
So when women make less, it's called the wage gap. But when men make less, it's just more money. Sorry, I'm like responding to the old video instead of my video. I forget how stupid these talking points were, dude. And sorry, I'm just watching these videos. I'm thinking about all the fucking people on Reddit who are like, shoe on head sent me down the alt-right pipeline. Really? This is what did it? How the
No. It's not left, it's not right. It's reasonable. What's reasonable? Like everyone accepted, like the mid 2000s when like YouTube was just starting out. Everyone was on the same page for the most part. You could say whatever you want for the most part, you know? Usually people are joking. Sometimes people are not, but that's okay. And then we moved on with our lives. And then 2008 happened. Well, no, I would say it wasn't the first Obama presidency. It was the second one. Yeah, I think 2011 might have been it. Yep. Okay, I gotta, all right, I'm leaving again. No, I won't.
Is it my responsibility if you watch milquetoast ass shit like this and start goose stepping? I went down the alt-right pipeline. I was a Nazi. First of all, no you weren't. No you weren't. You probably watched Ben Shapiro owns college liberal compilations, and then some other YouTuber years later told you that's what being a Nazi is, and that actually having the politics of a Walmart HR department is salvation. Like, can we fucking relax? I'm sorry, I don't understand the YouTubers and streamers from this era who have like trolls remorse about this shit, that feel guilty for making fun of this stuff back then because they think them making fun of this stuff gave rise to Trump and whatever. It's like, no, this stuff gave rise to Trump, not you reacting to it. Like, why wouldn't you make fun of this shit? It's ridiculous and it's counterproductive. Like, you wonder why so many Gen Z men are further right than like boomer men. It's not because they watched a YouTuber called BuzzFeed cringe, right? It's because BuzzFeed and things like it, the media, academia, the culture that they grew up in, a reactionary movement needs something to react to. Like, this shit, as goofy as it was harmful. It was harmful.
Yep. With every action needs to come an equal and opposite reaction. Einstein, bitches.
Harmful to society in general, and it was harmful to like the left because this is how people saw the left. Trump wasn't elected specifically because BuzzFeed, right? I'm like, that's stupid. But there was this like slingshot effect against woke one. But more importantly, there was a hole in politics left from a do-nothing neoliberal neocon establishment that was just waiting to be filled by a populist, and Trump filled that hole.
Yeah, the only thing that really that was of note that Obama did was the Affordable Care Act, also known as Obamacare, also known as, look at everyone's premiums rising for no reason. Well, not no reason, you just gave insurance companies an incentive to jack their prices. Thanks, Obama. Thanks.
America's whole. He got America pregnant, and 9 months later, out pops a war with Iran. And America's like, I didn't ask for this. Well, why'd you open your legs, whore? Sorry, you were asking for it. Okay, sorry. Anyway, now people online are like, oh, woke 2 is gonna be great. Woke 2 is gonna hit like crack.
If you thought we were woke before, you done went and woke the beast. Welcome.
You know the saddest part about all this? Because out of everything, I don't think anyone expected the grandma and grandpas to go full Looney Tunes left. Like, you see the videos, you go outside, and maybe it's because I grew up in a small town, but this, I never thought would ever exist outside of a hippy-dippy from the 60s that lived on a commune and had flowers for like a thing in her hair. And men, I guess.
To woke 2.0.
Do you want Hitler too? Because that's how you get Hitler too. We are not doing this shit again. I would kindly advise against it. If you look at everything happening now, like literal pedophiles running the world, bills being passed to merge our military with foreign militaries, a bunch of AI surveillance cameras popping up everywhere, bombs we pay for with our tax dollars against our will going to blow up children. All of this shit seems extremely petty and unimportant. But it was part of this like deeply subversive, destructive rot in society. I used to always say that culture war was a distraction from class war, and for the most part, I still kind of think that's true, but I can walk and chew bubblegum at the same time, you know? I could want the rich to pay their fair share and also want my children to grow up in a world where it's not socially acceptable to hate them. Yeah, these videos were a little cringe and like, I think they aged that poorly. Some of the jokes are really cringe and like, facts and logic.
Now, honestly, I think her old content, as far as she showed us, I think it still holds up.
liberals. I pretty much do the same videos, but now they're more like organized and structural and scripted. I do the same videos, but in a more medicated sort of way. Big Vivans has taken away your millennial quirk chunguses. Big Pharma won't let me go merp. So that was that video. I thought it would be fun to do. What did you guys think? If you want to see my full, raw, unedited reaction to my first video, there is a bonus video up on my Patreon right now. Link down below.
What the fuck?
Also, all Patreon members get every single video a day early, uncensored, no bleeps. I'm also doing Patreon-only live streams now, so I would love to see you guys there. Lots of stuff going on. Link down below. Join today. We want you. Join the shoe simps. Join the SS today. Also, a big thank you again to
Wow.
today's sponsor, Ground News. Go check them out. Link down below. And I will see you guys with a new video. Bye!
Wow, that took us a while to actually get through. How long was this? Damn, 29 minutes and 20 seconds. Jeez. If anything, that was a walk down memory lane of what the internet used to be, what culture used to be in the United States, how just small bullshit it was, and how much of it was just small, tiny little crash outs. But then the domino effect hit us, and here we are.
Hey, thank you for watching this clip from my live stream. Please comment below, like, and subscribe. And be sure to subscribe to my main channel, where I do all these live streams, and have my independent videos where I do deep dives. Thank you so much for watching. And remember, you are somebody, I am nobody, and I hope you have a fantastic day.